Sukasi sir, can you please start? Video start करा sir. Okay, thank you.
Namaste to all. I cordially welcome Dr. E. Jayashree Madam, Principal Scientist from Indian Institute of Pisces Research, Kozhikode, from MGM KVK, that is also called as a KVK Aurangabad second. And I also welcome farmers present in this webinar. Myself, Kakasaheb Sukase, working as a head of this KVK. For kind information of Madam, I want to tell that ginger is a emerging crop in Aurangabad district. Previously, farmers from Kannad Taluka growing this ginger near about 3,000 hectare acre area, and they also following good management practices such as growing ginger on raised bed, use of drip irrigation, and they are harvesting near about 100 quintal per acre. But this is a emerging crop like a cash crop. This crop is also taken in other talukas also in a scattered manner. Presently, our area is 4,200 acre, and this year we farmers are getting market price ranging from 1,200 to 1,500 only. That's why there is need to process this product for value addition. So we have decided to take advice and guidance of expert, and Dr. Prakash Kulkarni sir help us to reach you, madam. This is a brief introduction. I request E. Jayashree madam to start their presentation and guidance to the farmers. Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prakash sir also. Let me start my presentation. So good afternoon to all. The topic today is on processing, value addition and entrepreneurship in ginger. So to begin with a brief introduction of what spices are and what ginger is. We all know India is a home of spices, and we have about 109 spices categorized under this spice category, and about 63 spices are grown in our country. So this is all background. And there are 5 major spices. There are 5 major spices, out of which, that is black pepper, cardamom, ginger, turmeric and chilies. These 5 spices are called as the major spices, and other than that we have minor spices, seed spices, tree spices, different categories are there. So ginger is one of the 5 major spices cultivated in India, and it is also one of the important export commodity, and ginger is exported in different forms, like fresh ginger, dry ginger, value added products. Number of value added products are prepared, and like oils, oleoresins and various other products from fresh gingers are also prepared. Some of them I am briefing it here. And India is exporting to number of countries, about 130 countries we are exporting spices, and our income also, the country's income is also based on this export. And as I have told, we are in different forms we are exporting, and it can be in the powdered form, spice mix form, paste form. So all these forms of ginger we are exporting from our country. And spices background, we all know it is known for its flavor and taste. In case of ginger, the flavor giving constituent is the gingebrine. There is a constituent called flavor giving compound, gingebrine. And taste is the pungency, the heat. When we keep ginger in our mouth, you feel the taste, the hot pricking taste. So that is given by gingerol. And the smell, when you can see the aroma of ginger, no, that is given by gingerbread. So Shogol is another converted form of gingerol. Apart from this, there are a number of other compounds which are present in ginger. And in Kerala, we have a common saying that the traditional Indian system of medicine called Ayurveda, there is no preparation in Ayurvedic medicine where dry ginger is not an ingredient. That means in every preparation we are adding dry ginger as one of the ingredients. So that is such an important spice in this traditional Indian system of medicine. For almost all the cures, for all the medicinal cures what Ayurveda is preparing, dry ginger is one of the ingredient. General spices, we know it is having number of medicinal properties like cancer preventive, antimicrobial. In this, all this we can see that ginger is also playing an important role. Like I told, in Ayurveda, we have a common saying, it is an important ingredient in almost all the preparations. So is the case. Ginger is an important ingredient in, like it serves as an antioxidant, it serves as a plasmolytic, it has anti-inflammatory properties. So many such properties ginger has. Now coming to the ginger post-harvest operations. Now to brief, let me tell the varieties what ISR has released. We have 3 important varieties released, that is ISR Varada, ISR Rajada and ISR Mahima. So the advantage of all these 3, it is that it is a medium fiber variety. Like we have categorized, you all know ginger contains a fiber, high fiber, medium fiber. These are all varieties. So and low fiber. So based on the classification, we have classified these varieties what are released from ISR as a medium variety fibers. It contains about fruit fibers around 5%. Now coming to the operation of how and when ginger has to be harvested. This is a condition about 7 to 8 months after planting. Generally, we are planting during the onset of monsoon or slightly before the onset of monsoon in raised beds. So these beds can be taken using tractors. Generally, in the northern region, we are finding that all the beds, long beds are taken, raised beds are taken using tractors. So similarly, we can take long beds, but in Kerala, we are taking, because the terrain is not that good. In some places, we go for tractor beds, or in other places, manually we are taking beds. And it is also high rainfall region, so we give sufficient drains in between the beds. So generally, our bed size here is 3 meter by 1 meter. This is the 1 meter wide and 3 meter long. But in your region, it can be, and we have 4 rows. But probably in your region, you're having only 2 rows. So whatever is the practice, you can follow then in a raised system. And after planting, ginger is ready for harvest in about 7 to 8 months. And once the rain stops, the maturing of ginger takes place. And we can see that after, when it is ready for harvest, when irrigation is stopped, but probably in your region, it is an irrigated, under irrigated conditions. But before harvest, 1 month before, we have to stop the irrigation and then wait. And then we can see that this plant slowly starts drying, and initially yellowing and later on drying. So this is the condition of the field when it is ready for harvest. Then you can also take a piece of ginger and then see whether it is matured or not. So these are the preliminary tests what we do in the field to assess the harvesting situation. Now harvesting, it can be like manual or mechanical. If the beds are taken in a mechanical way, we can go for mechanical harvesting. Tractor based harvesting can be done. We usually have a harvester which will just plow or dig it, and the clumps or rhizomes are, whatever is a method, whatever you're following, you can do. If there is nothing of mechanization followed, either you can introduce, because now we have to go for mechanized system of cultivation. So we can introduce all this mechanical harvesters. For the time being, if you don't have, then you have to go for a manual method. And then you can see in the picture that the clumps are harvested. So in the field, what we have to do is, it will contain lot of extra like roots and other things. All this will have to be cleaned. So you can collect the clumps, bring it to the shade, and then start cleaning process. So cleaning is a process where generally this is done manually, because you have to break into suitable pieces and then go for the next processing. So what happens is, we have to remove the roots, then break. It's a big clump, so that has to be broken to small pieces, which is suitable for handling. And generally we have a practice of preparing dry ginger. So this is most specific to Kerala, but then preparation of dry ginger can be followed in many other regions. The only check what you have to do here is, you can take some 1 kg. I will tell how the dry ginger preparation has to be done. You can peel it, and then you can dry it. Initially you have to note the weight, because I want the recovery to be known in the region where you're growing. If the recovery, dry recovery, that is after you take fresh ginger about 1 kg, peel the outer skin, only the skin has to be removed. and then dry it about 10 or 12 days. Then take the weight. So every day evening you can take the weight. So by 12th day or so, you will be getting somewhere a constant weight. Once a constant weight comes, then you can compare it with to the initial weight, and then you can see the initial weight by the final weight. If you get a value around 20%, nearly, it can be 19 or it can be 21. It can vary in a range. So if somewhere it is in that range, then the ginger grown is suitable for making dry ginger. So that is the indication. So dry ginger is one of the value added form of ginger which can be stored. Dry ginger, it is again a value added form. It can be stored safely because fresh ginger has a very short shelf life and you cannot store it for a very long time. At a matured state, you can store it maximum up to about 3 or 3.5 months. But by 3 months itself, we can see that it will start sprouting, and again, storing will be difficult. Even in cold storage, there are difficulties in storing. So in that condition, dry ginger, you can go for a longer shelf life of about 1 year or so. So this is the way we go forward. And so if the ginger has about 20% recovery, then it is ideal for making dry ginger. So let us see how the dry ginger is prepared. So the initially I told it has to be cleaned, and then for making dry ginger we have an operation called peeling. And this peeling means removal of the surface skin. Only the skin should be removed and not the meal portion. This is because ginger contain, as I've told, no, aromatic flavor giving constituents, gingerbrine and other things I have told. It gives smell to ginger. So those compounds are present just below the skin. If there is a thin layer of skin, just below that, these oil bearing cells are present. If you make deep cuts using knife and other things, all these oil bearing cells are cut and removed. And after drying, we can find that when we test it, your oil and all the other constituents will be much lesser. So that is why we say we have to do only the surface peeling. So how do you do this? So for doing this, after harvest, what you should do is you have to do this operation within less than a week. The more you prolong, the drying sets in and the skin becomes strongly attached to the meat portion, that is the ginger meat. So then your scraping will be difficult, and then you have to apply pressure for removing the skin. To remove that or to reduce this, we go for fresh ginger peeling, and maybe in 2 or 3 days after harvest you can do quickly itself. Take a blunt knife, or generally in our literatures we say take a bamboo split. Bamboo split may not be available in your place, that's why I take a blunt knife, not very sharp, which is very blunt. Then you can just scrape the skin. So scraping doesn't mean that the entire ginger should be made white. The complete removal of skin is not required. It's only a path along the length. Before that, I have to tell, from the clump, you have such a big clump, you have to break into pieces. So how long to break, how much pieces you have to do is, from the clump, you can take a piece which is having one primary branch, then secondary and tertiary. So minimum 3 branchings should be there. So those 3 branchings, if you can cut, a 4th one will be tiny. Small tertiary spreadings will be there, growth will be there. So that you can ignore. So minimum 3 long ones will be. So those pieces you can manually break during the cleaning operation and then keep it separately. Why we are doing this is the grade of dry ginger. There is the quality grade is nothing but a quality indicator. After drying, it should have, for trade purpose, a minimum length of this hand length, about 15 centimeter, 10 to 50, though they say 10 centimeter, but in the market they're taking a bigger one, rhizome there, and it should have minimum 3 branchings. So such you're breaking it. Then we have to go for the peeling operation. peeling operation is removal of the skin. So this doesn't mean that the entire rhizome what you have broken should be made skinless. It is only on both the surface, the top surface and the bottom surface. You're just scraping it with a blunt knife or a bamboo split. So if bamboo split is not available, then you have to go for any blunt surface. Just peel it along the length on both the sides. So little bit of, then you can see ginger is also not having a uniform shape. You can see the side branching from the main branch. In that cases, along this also a small scraping can be done. Why we are doing this is, by scraping the skin, we are allowing the moisture what is trapped inside to come out. So by this operation, what happens is drying takes place, because this waxy coating layer on ginger will prevent the moisture what is present in ginger to come out. So with the skin, if you dry, it is not going to dry properly. So it is only going to become sloggy. It doesn't dry properly. So to enhance the drying, we are doing this peeling operation. And and again I told our ginger is only partially peeled ginger. That means only partial skin along the length. It's only a path you are creating for moisture what is present inside the ginger, which is trapped inside the ginger to come out. So once we create, all this is done both the sides and along the cross edges, no, when rhizomes, because ginger is having an irregular surface and irregular branching pattern. So along the sides also, in case of branching, we do the peeling. So this is what, this is an important operation. And generally, if you have to do a trade in dry ginger, then we are going for manual peeling. Some may ask about the mechanical peeler. I will come to it next. So after peeling, what you have to do is, it has to go for drying. And you can see this picture, how ginger is dried on a, this is a rocky surface directly under the sun. And what happens is, by this process, moisture is removed slowly, and it takes about 10 to 12 days. About 12 days it is taking for the moisture to come out, and it gets a nice light pale brown color appearance. So during this process, what happens is the moisture content is reduced from about 80% to about 10%. We have to bring our moisture content of ginger, dry ginger. And now the next question is whether we have mechanization. Just for, I have added these slides just for information. So for dry ginger making, we do have mechanization. We have a mechanical washer. Generally, it is a rotary type, a drum type washer. Inside there will be a small brush, and that is with nylon bristles on a shaft, and water is also fed into this vessel, that is drum, during operation, and ginger is washed. And in this process, we can see that all mud, then unwanted materials, and all these are removed, and surface is made clean. So this is generally followed in large scale operations, where ginger has to go for other value added form of value added forms for generally for cooking, because then in that case there should not be any mud or any impurities like root or leaves of any other materials should not be present, and to ensure that we go for such kind of mechanical washers. And then we do have mechanical, this is another model of mechanical washer, which right now we are using it here. The capacity here is about 100 kg per hour. You can see in this how this is the light yellow one is the nylon bristles, and the ginger is loaded into this tank and it is brushed. But what happens here is there is breakage. So when there is a branching in rhizomes, we can see that the rhizomes break, And in this process, sometimes what happens is brush is scraping it. So there is a damage onto the surface of ginger, and excessive peeling happens because it doesn't have any regular shape. So excessive peeling happens, and what is happening is more of peel is reduced or washed away. And this we have told it should have minimum 3 branching. All that will break and you will get small pieces of this size, individual pieces. So this is one what we are commonly finding when we go for mechanical washing. So this is the disadvantage, that is breaking. And once, so that is why we are going for manual operation in case of preparation of dry ginger for commercial purpose. For trading purpose, generally we are going for manual process. In case of mechanical or machine operated process, we go for other type of value added products where ginger can be size reduced into different forms, like paste or pickles or squashes. All this, there is no problem if we damage. So for all that, we go for mechanical operations. Now, whatever ginger what we get here, it has to be sun dried, as I have shown a picture, or it can be dried even in a solar tunnel dryer. So this is a picture, and in this picture you can see that in this photograph you can see that ginger is dried in multiple trays, and the advantage is being solar, it is well protected, there is no contamination and other things. But here in case of tray system, what is happening is, if number of trays are kept, then drying will not be uniform. All those trays which are at the top will dry quickly, and the trays which are at the bottom will not dry properly. So this is what is happening, but you have to shift the trays after some hours, 4 or 5 hours, shift the trays, then you can ensure proper drying. So after all these process, now ginger is almost dry, that is after peeling. Then you're going for drying it in the open yard. If we have to go for a mechanical drying, we have to go for mechanical washers and mechanical peelers. Mechanical peeler is like I told, it is advantageous if you have to go for all the other value added forms, but if you have to go for dry ginger preparation, there is breakage. So this much you're clear. And after ginger is dried, now you know we have only partially peeled in the manual process. So the rest of the peel will be sticking onto the surface. It would have shrunk. It would have shrunk, and these peels, like fiber, it will be on the surface. That has to be removed. So that can go in this kind of bags. This is a very traditional way, or some kind of drum without any knife or anything, so that during rotation, what happens, this fiber alone, fiber means the outer skin alone, being very light, it will just fly off. So this much you can do. So that is this operation, we are calling it as polishing. But it is something different from polishing of turmeric, because in polishing of turmeric, you are scraping and removing the outer hard surface. But in ginger, only the light feathery skin is removed, which is dry and it is getting attached. No, it will be just like feathers sticking onto the surface. You are only removing that. So a light polishing is done. So now you can see the recovery. It is for an average dry ginger, which is suitable, we should have about 20%. It can be slightly less, slightly more. So this is what I told. In order to assess your ginger for its quality, this dry ginger recovery, you can do it in your own field. Take 1 kg after doing all this peeling operation, then dry it. After drying, take the weight, and it's generally 1/5 I told. So final weight divided by initial weight, if something around 20, that means it is good for making dry ginger. So this much is the indication. Then root fiber. So all these varieties, it is something around 3 to 4%. And we have oleoresins. That is, oleoresin is the extract which contains flavor and aroma. So that is about 6 to 7%. And oil. Oil is one which gives smell to the ginger and gingerbread. I have told that gingerbread compound is found in the essential oil. So this much once you do, then what you have to do is, before coming into value added products, I will tell. So once the ginger is all dried properly, then you have to put it in bags, gunny bags generally we take. So you have to take freshly, new bags, fill the dried ginger into it. And then what we have to do is, you have to store it in a proper godown, which contains a still pollen sheet spread on the ground. Then there are pallets, wooden pallets or plastic pallets, over which these bags are placed. And why we are doing this is to prevent moisture entry into the spice. So it should always be kept away from the wall, above the ground level. So to keep it above the ground level, we use raised platform, plastic platforms. They are called dunnages. And over that, these bags are horizontally laid, and the arrangements, after few horizontal, we keep few on the other side. And this is how ginger is stored. And in large quantities, we generally have a problem of absorption of moisture during rainy season or monsoon season. So in that condition, if moisture is so high or very high, that the moisture content of the product is going above 65 to 70%, we have to fix a dehumidifier in the storage room. Otherwise, it is good that it can be stored in gunny bags and placed inside the storage godown. So this is what we follow for storage. And with storage, it has a good shelf life. But the problem in storage is it will have a cigarette beetle which will penetrate, and it will make holes into the surface of ginger. This is a storage problem, and to some extent we can control this by keeping it in cold storages or some other addition, like what to say, some neem leaves. But all this will affect the taste smell. Generally, what traders are doing is they give a slight sulfur smoking, so that there is no pest problems. It is only within the recommended dose, though it is not a standard practice of sulfuring, but sulfuring is done in ginger for two reasons. One is to get the color, whiteness of ginger, and next is to increase the shelf life, because this is rich in carbohydrates, and so what happens is it is easily vulnerable to pests which will make holes into ginger. You can see within 6 or 7 months the holes are made, and this pest goes inside and it will eat all the interior inner portions, and only the outer husk is remaining. So this to prevent this operation infestation, we are generally going for light amount of sulfur treatment, so that it is within the permissible limit and it doesn't prevent all this secondary infections. So these are the reasons how it can be stored about more than 1 year in case of cold storage, or up to 1 year, 1 to 2 years under good storage conditions. Now coming to the value added forms of ginger. From ginger, we can prepare number of value added products. And first and foremost is the dry ginger only. As I've told, dry ginger is one of the important value added product. And I have told you how we have to prepare the value added dry ginger preparation. I have told. Somebody will ask, like, whether you can go for hot water treatment, especially there were some cases where people had asked, we can go. But in ginger, we don't go for hot water treatment. Dipping in hot water or for removing some chemicals can be used. Generally, we don't use hot water or chemicals because the color will change. After drying, it becomes dark brown in color. So this is not preferred, and we have to go only for the cold process. Coming to the value added products, some of the Value-added products, I told it is whole dry ginger. From that again we can make a dry ginger powder. Apart from this, we have another products called the salted ginger. So the salted ginger is the one you can see here. So how do you do this? This we have to take a relatively tender ginger. The salted ginger is also called by the name sushi ginger, and it is generally this form of ginger is used in South East Asian countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, China, and it is called by the name, so I don't know, it is called by the name sushi ginger. And how do we prepare this is you're taking relatively tender ginger about 6 months, and then what you're doing is from the clump you're breaking off the leaves and other things, only the root part we are taking, and that we are thoroughly washing, removing off the what is that roots and other impurities whatever is present, and then you're putting this into a solution containing 30% of salt and 1% of citric acid. So after about 15 days, we can see that the color slowly changes to red. And this is the reason why we call it as red ginger or pink ginger. And commercially, it is called by the name sushi ginger. So you can see in this picture how the ginger looks like. And dry ginger powder, it is the dry ginger. After peeling, we are drying it. In about 12 days, it will be completely dried. And after drying in a mill, we are powdering it. And it is the mesh size, the fineness of the powder. It is about 60 mesh or about 200, 250 microns. We are fine powdering it, and that powder can be used for preparation of various other things. But when you're powdering it, generally what you have to have in mind is any material which is powdered will have a life, or the flavor retention or all the retention of its important constituents will be shorter, because the more you disintegrate, the loss is more. So the more you disintegrate the product, what is happening is your flavor loss will start, and slowly it becomes flavorless or odorless over a period of time, not immediately, over a period of time. But for this, you should have a proper packaging. So packaging is important once you make into powder. And we can see this is a flow chart for preparation of salted ginger. You can see that after washing, cleaning, then you can break into required size pieces, and then you can go for soaking in brine solution. So this takes about 2 weeks for completion of the process, and we get a product which is pink in color, and it is generally preserved in brine in bottles. Oil and oleoresin. Oil and oleoresin, this is not meant for a startup entrepreneurs or for farmers, because this industry is a high-end industry. And in case of ginger, the oil present, essential oil ginger present is roughly about 2%, less than 2%. It is about 1.5% only it contains. So, and oil, how do we extract is, we are doing the distillation process. And distillation process, what is happening is we are crushing the whole ginger, and then we are heating it with water, or steam is allowed to pass through the material, and the steam will remove the volatile materials what's present in the ginger. And after cooling, what happens is oil forms a separate layer and water forms a different layer. And this oil and water has to be separated, and we separate ginger oil by this distillation process. But the residue, whatever you get, still contains oleoresin. So in that case, the same residue can be used, or fresh ginger which contains oil and oleoresin is extracted by using a solvent, organic solvent like acetone, ethyl acetate, alcohol. All this, any one of the chemicals can be used, and you're allowing it to stand. and these organic solvents are added to it. And then what happens is it takes about 24 hours, but nowadays in the industrial process, we are accelerating the process under pressure, and we complete in about 10 to 12 hours. And the important here we get is both volatile and non-volatile constituents, both which are soluble in that particular solvent, is removed. So this is another picture which shows the slicing. So slicing of ginger is like, is followed mainly in regions where drying is difficult. So generally ginger is harvested during rainy season. It's not during the rainy season, it is during summer, and hence drying is not that difficult, but still we may pose some problems. And even if there is a problem, another method is like you can see here, pulverizing. You can use a slicing machine, feed it little by little, and there will be a rotating disc, and when this ginger material goes in between this disc, there will be two discs, and in between that it gets crushed and it is divided into slices, and these slices can be dried in the open. Of course, it should be protected from animals and unwanted stray birds and other things. And after drying, it can be used as a like what you see in this picture. No? You can use it, and it can also be used in, it can be powdered, or it can be used in several other preparations also. And ginger products, excuse me. Ginger products, number of products are prepared from ginger. Ginger, lot many value-added products like conserves, biscuit, candy, paste.
प्राची
हाँ सर, क्वेश्चन्स नहीं है.
व्हॉट अबाउट स्पीकर कुठे आहे?
स्पीकर हे झालं, डिस्कनेक्ट झालेले आहे, जॉईन होतील. त्या जॉईन होईपर्यंत आपण एक कॉन्टॅक्ट स्लाइड प्ले करूया.
त्यांना फोन कर ना.
हो सर. होत आहेत जॉईन होत आहेत. तोपर्यंत कोणाचे काही प्रश्न असतील तर ते क्यूए टैब में टाकू शकतात. अगर किसी के कोई क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे तो क्यूए टैब में आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं. सुकाशा सर, आप कुछ बात करना चाहते हैं तो आप बोल सकते हैं केवीके के बारे में. अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं सुकाशा सर.
नमस्कार शेतकरी बंधूंनो.
व्हिडिओ चालू करा सर.
बरं बरं बरं. नमस्कार. काही कारणामुळे जयश्री मॅडम डिस्कनेक्ट झालेले आहेत.
नाही, आतापर्यंत आपण काय पाहिलं ते त्याच्याबद्दल थोडं सांगा मराठीमध्ये.
हो हो. तर शेतकरी बंधूंनो, मॅडमने आपल्याला सुरुवातीला ड्राय जिंजर म्हणजे जिंजर आपलं अद्रक वाळवायची कसं त्याबद्दल सांगितलं होतं. त्यामध्ये त्यांनी असं सांगितलं तर त्याचं वरचं जे कवर आहे ते हलकं काढायचं. हलकं कशामुळे काढायचं? तर त्याच्या कवरच्या खाली तेल असतं, ऑइल असतं त्याच्यामध्ये, ते निघून जाईल म्हणून हलकासं हे करायचं, त्याचे वरचं साल काढायचं. ते आपण चाकूच्या साहाय्याने काढू शकतो किंवा बांबूच्या साहाय्याने पण काढू शकतो. तर त्यानंतर ते 7 ते म्हणजे 12 दिवसापर्यंत वाळवायचं. तर साधारणतः 7-8 दिवसानंतर ते वाळवणं झाल्यानंतर जेव्हा कॉन्स्टंट वेट येईल, म्हणजे त्यानंतर त्याच्या वजनामध्ये फरक पडणार नाही, त्यावेळेस आपण असं समजायचं की ते आता ड्राय जिंजर तयार झालेले. हे एक मॅडमने सांगितलं. त्यानंतर दुसरं म्हणजे जिंजर पासून ते सुशी जिंजर एक कसं तयार करतात ते सांगितलं त्यांनी. तर यामध्ये काय करतात, जे मूळ आणि याचा जो म्हणजे स्टेमचा जो पार्ट आहे त्याच्यावरचं काढून त्याला ब्राईन सोल्युशन आणि सिट्रिक ऍसिडची ट्रीटमेंट करून ते पण आपण तयार करू शकतो. ते पिंक कलरचं दिसतं, ते करता येतं. त्यानंतर सॉल्टेड जिंजर पण आपल्याला तयार करता येतं. त्यानंतर जिंजर पासून आपल्याला बिस्किट पण तयार करता येतात. त्यानंतर त्याचे आणखीन 4-5 प्रॉडक्ट तयार करता येतात. पण आपल्या भागामध्ये आपण ड्राय जिंजर हे चांगल्या प्रकारे करू शकतो. आणि त्यामध्ये ज्या भागामध्ये जास्त उत्पादन आहे किंवा एका पॉकेटमध्ये उत्पादन आहे त्या ठिकाणी आपण जे सोलार ड्रायर सांगितलं त्यांनी, त्याचा उपयोग करू शकतो. हा वेबिनार झाल्यानंतर आपण छोट्यात छोटं कसं युनिट करता येईल आपल्या हातनूर भागामध्ये हे आपण मॅडमला विचारू. तिची साईज वगैरे काय ठेवता येईल किंवा किती कॅपॅसिटीचं छोटं युनिट करता येईल ते आपण त्याबद्दल माहिती घेऊ. तसंच जिंजरची पावडर आपलं त्याच्यासाठी रेडीमेड मशीन मिळतात, ती मशीन पण आमच्याकडे आहे. जिंजर पिकल पण आपल्याला तयार करता येतं, ते पण आम्ही करून पाहिलेलं आहे. पण आपल्याला आता याच्याबद्दल सायंटिफिक माहिती घ्यायची आहे, तर आपण मॅडमचा वेट करू. तसं आम्ही ट्रायल बेसिसवर आमच्या केव्हीके मध्ये सुरू केलं आहे जिंजर पावडर तयार करायचं. आमच्याकडं फूड टेक्नॉलॉजीचं कॉलेज असल्यामुळं आम्ही जिंजर पिकल पण तयार करून काही थोडी तिची मार्केटिंग केलेली आहे. तर शेतकऱ्यांना म्हणजे एक तर आमच्या कृषी विज्ञान केंद्रामध्ये हे छोटं ड्रायिंगचं मशीन किंवा टनेल आपल्याला तयार करता येईल किंवा ज्या भागामध्ये जास्त प्रॉडक्ट आहेत त्या भागामध्ये पण आपल्याला करता येईल. तर ते आपण बघू कसं करता येईल ते. हे झाल्यानंतर मॅडम जॉईन होत आहेत का सर?
हो, होतायत ना,
हॅलो.
होतायत.
सर 2 मिनिटं मी बोलू?
हा बोला ना.
नमस्कार शेतकरी बंधूंनो. मॅडमने आपल्याला अतिशय चांगल्या पद्धतीने मार्गदर्शन केलेलं आहे. मला असं वाटतं की आता या आपल्याकडे महाराष्ट्राचा एरियाचा समजा विचार केला आणि प्रोडक्टिव्हिटीचा आपण विचार केला तर औरंगाबाद जिल्ह्यामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणावर अद्रकाची लागवड होते. साताऱ्यानंतर औरंगाबादचं क्षेत्र आहे. परंतु आपला सर्व जो कल आहे तो फ्रेश जिंजर विकण्यावरती आहे, की बाजारभावाच्या कल लक्षात घेऊन आपण फ्रेश जिंजर विकण्यावरती जास्त भर देतो. त्याच पद्धतीने आपल्याकडे उपलब्ध असणाऱ्या जाती माहीमचाच आपण जास्तीत जास्त वापर करतो. मॅडमच्या प्रेझेंटेशनमध्ये 2-3 फोकस करण्यासारख्या गोष्टी आपल्या हिशोबाने इतक्या आहेत, की आपल्याला पॉलिशिंग जर समजा करायचं असेल, तर पॉलिशिंग करत असताना आपण मॅन्युअल पॉलिशिंग करतो. जसं मॅडमने तो फोटो दाखवला आपल्याला, की पोत्यामध्ये टाकून लेडीजच्या माध्यमातून आपण पॉलिशिंग करतो. त्याऐवजी समजा आपण मेकॅनायझेशनचा वापर केला, तर मेकॅनायझेशनमध्ये पर अवर कॅपॅसिटी 100 केजीची आहे. त्या हिशोबाने आपल्याला पॉलिशिंग करणं अतिशय सोयीस्कर जातं.
शरद सर सॉरी व्हिडिओ चालू करू शकाल? म्हणजे
ओके.
तुम्ही दिसाल ॲक्चुअली.
हो.
हां.
जेणेकरून आपल्याला पॉलिशिंगवरती फोकस करता येईल आणि लेबर कॉस्टिंग सर्वात महत्त्वाचा प्रश्न असा आहे, की आपल्याला त्याच्यामधून लेबर कॉस्टिंग कमी करता येईल. सोबतच जातीची निवड करत असताना मॅडमनी आपल्याला कंपॅरिझन सेट दिलं, की जेव्हा आपण एक पर्पज आपला फ्रेश जिंजर व्यतिरिक्त एक्सेस प्रोडक्शन किंवा जेव्हा रेट डाऊन असतात, तेव्हा जेव्हा आपण प्रोसेसिंग चा विचार करू, त्यावेळेस नक्कीच त्यामधलं क्रूड फायबर पर्सेंटेज आणि ओलेरेसिन पर्सेंटेज ह्या 2 गोष्टी फार महत्त्वाच्या आहेत. त्या अनुषंगानं मॅडमने 3 आपल्याला व्हेरायटींचं कंपॅरिझन दिलं होतं. ज्यामध्ये आपला क्रूड फायबर पर्सेंटेज आणि ओलेरेसिनचा कंपॅरेटिव्ह जर समजा आपण पाहिलं, त्याच्यामध्ये महिमा आणि राजेचा ह्या 2 जाती चांगल्या पद्धतीच्या रिकव्हरी पर्सेंटेजच्या आपल्याला आहे याच्यामध्ये. आणि आपल्या भागामध्ये ISI प्रगतीची हळदीची जशी लागवड आपण एक नवीन व्हेरायटी हळदीमध्ये आणली, त्याच पद्धतीचं अद्रकामध्ये थोडंसं बदल करणे आपल्याला गरजेचं आहे. कारण वर्षानुवर्ष जेव्हा आपण लागवड करत चाललो, आपल्याकडे ठेवलेली बेणं किंवा शेतकऱ्यांकडे असणारं बेणं, हे एक चांगल्या सोर्स मधून आलेलं असलेलं तर आपल्याला सोयीस्कर राहील. त्यासाठी आपण सुद्धा प्रयत्न करू. आणि व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशन करत असताना फ्रेश जिंजरच्या विक्रीनंतर आपलं प्रोडक्शन पर एकर होणाऱ्या प्रोडक्शनचा पूर्णच भाग आपण व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशन केलं पाहिजे अशातला काही प्रकार नाही. पण स्वतःच आपण व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशनकडे जर समजा लक्ष दिलं, तर आपल्याला आज अतिशय नवीन-नवीन पदार्थ पाहायला मिळाले, की ज्या माध्यमातून आपण व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशन करून चांगल्या पद्धतीचं उत्पादन मिळवू शकतो किंवा स्वतःची मार्केटिंग तयार करू शकतो. त्याकरिता KVK सुद्धा सहकार्य करेल. KVKच्या लेव्हलवरती आपल्याकडे जसं पावडर करिता आपण मशीन बोलावले आहे, त्या पद्धतीनंच दुसऱ्याही प्रोसेसिंग करिता आपण मदत करू. याच्यामध्ये बिस्किट, आईस्क्रीम हे सुद्धा पदार्थ मॅडमने सांगितले, जेणेकरून ज्याचा आपण जिंजर फ्लेवर करिता वापर करू शकतो. आणि मार्केटमध्ये असणारं जिंजर फ्लेवर दूध, आता या कोरोना पिरियडमध्ये सरांनी सुरुवातीला कुलकर्णी सरांनी म्हटलं, की त्याच पद्धतीचं जिंजर फ्लेवर दूध मार्केटमध्ये उपलब्ध झालं. या प्रोसेसिंगमुळे ज्या पद्धतीचं व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशन होतं, याच्यामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात क्वांटिटी लागत नाही. परंतु व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशनच्या माध्यमातून आपल्याला वेगळ्या पद्धतीचं मार्केट उभं करता येते आणि आपल्या पिकाचा आपल्याला दर वाढवता येतो. त्याकरिता आपण KVKच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा व्हॅल्यू ॲडिशन बेसिसवरती कुलकर्णी सरांनी म्हटलं, की शेतकऱ्यांपेक्षा मला चिंता मास्टर ट्रेनरची आहे. तर नक्कीच सर या प्रेझेंटेशनचा मॅडमच्या गायडन्सचा आपण फायदा घेऊन शेतकऱ्यांना त्यातल्या त्यात विशेष म्हणजे महिला शेतकऱ्यांना ग्रुपच्या माध्यमातून आपण याची माहिती करून प्रोजेक्टच्या संदर्भात पूर्ण इन्फॉर्मेशन देऊ आणि त्या पद्धतीचं प्रिपरेशन आपण करू.
विनय म्हणून आहेत. त्यांचं काही डाऊट आहे आपण बघूया. विनयजी बोला. अनम्यूट करून बोला. विनय? ओके. ते पण डिस्कनेक्ट झालेले आय थिंक. ओके जॉइन झालंय. विनय जी माइक के बटन पर क्लिक करून आप बात कर सकते हैं आप। हेलो विनय जी, आप चैट बॉक्स में भी मेंशन कर सकते हैं आपका क्वेश्चन। माइक का जो टैब है उस पर क्लिक करके बात कर सकते हैं।
माझा प्रश्न असा होता की केव्हीके आता पुढे काय करणार पुढच्या वर्षी?
सर
अं,
आम्ही
तर
ड्राईव्ह
माझं सजेशन असं आहे की मध्यंतरी आम्ही जसं टर्मेरिक मध्ये सीड प्रोग्राम घ्यायचं ठरवलेलं आहे, तसं सीड मल्टिप्लिकेशन ज्या ISI चे व्हरायटी आहेत
हो हो सर.
त्यांच्या व्हरायटी घेऊन सीड मल्टिप्लिकेशनचे नर्सरी घ्या.
हो बिलकुल करू सर आपण ते
कारण सगळ्यात महत्वाचं काय माहिती का, ड्रॉइंग हा प्रत्येकाचा इंडिव्हिज्युअल विषय आहे, पण केव्हीकेच्या दृष्टीने 2 नवीन जाती त्यांच्या जे काही सांगितले आल्या त्या 2 जाती आपण साधारण 20 हेक्टर वरती काम करायचे. किती? 20 हेक्टर. त्या 20 हेक्टर मध्ये जर 40 फार्मर तुम्ही इन्व्हॉल्व केलात तर एक हेक्टर प्रत्येकाला जर तुम्ही सीड तिथून आणून जर देऊ शकलात तर बाकीच्यांना हा सीड मल्टिप्लिकेशन प्रोग्राम फायद्याचा होईल.
बिलकुल होईल सर. आपण पुढच्या वेळेस प्रयत्न करू. आणि दुसरं म्हणजे प्रोसेसिंग बद्दल आम्ही ऑलरेडी सुरुवात केलेली आहे सर, पावडर पासून आणि पिकल पासून. तर आम्ही हे जे ड्राईंग आहे त्याच्या टनेलचा पण नक्कीच विचार करू सर. म्हणजे शेतकऱ्यांना आमच्या तिथं ड्राईंग करता येईल.
नाही, काय होतं आज मोठा प्रॉब्लेम असा आहे की फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी जर असेल तर करू शकते, इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रत्येक शेतकऱ्याला हे शक्य नाहीये.
नाही, आमच्याकडे फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी पण आहे सर त्या
आता
भागामध्ये.
त्यांना उद्युक्त करायला पाहिजे की बाबा तुम्ही प्रोजेक्ट घ्या म्हणून, नाही का?
बरोबर आहे सर. आमच्याकडे पोकरा योजना चालू आहे सर, बर का?
आलं लक्षात आलं मला.
पोखरामध्ये तसं आहे आणि आम्ही त्या पोखरामध्ये काम केलेलं आहे केव्हीकेनं. त्यामुळे जे विकासचंद्र रस्तोगी साहेब आहेत ते
माझा परिचय आहे रस्तोगीचा साहेबांचा. आता मोठा विषय काय माहिती का,
तर आपण त्यांच्याकडे पण ही मागणी मांडू शकतो.
मला वाटतं मॅडम येणं कठीण दिसतंय कारण तिथं लाईटचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. तर तुम्ही काय म्हणतात त्याला, आभार प्रदर्शन करून आपण बंद करायला हरकत नाही.
चालेल सर, चालेल. आमचे आभार प्रदर्शन करतील. आणि माझ्याकडून मी पण जयश्री मॅडम यांचे आभार व्यक्त करतो. तसंच सर आपण चांगल्या प्रकारे आम्हाला म्हणजे प्लॅटफॉर्म मिळवून दिलेला आहे, त्याबद्दल तुमचे आभार व्यक्त करतो. आणि किसान नेटचं पण किसान ॲपचं पण फार चांगलं सहकार्य आहे सर. पण याच्यामध्ये सर आपल्याला जर लिंक देता आली शेतकऱ्यांना तर फार चांगलं होईल. काय होतं सर, सगळ्या शेतकऱ्यांना ऍप डाउनलोड करता येतं किंवा असं नाहीये.
सर डिजिटल एरा आहे हो, डिजिटल एरा आहे, आपल्याला शिकवावं लागेल. कारण हे सगळं फ्री सर्व्हिस आहे ना, ही सर्व्हिस फ्री आहे. पण त्यांचे काही त्यांची, जसं तुमच्याकडे केव्हीके झालं तर चप्पल काढून बाहेर यायला पाहिजे, म्हणजे चप्पल काढून बाहेर यायला पाहिजे, तसं ह्यांचा ऍप जो पण रजिस्टर करत नाही तोपर्यंत हे होणार नाही. कारण हे प्रायव्हेट लोक आहेत, आपण त्यांची फक्त मदत घेतो.
नाही सर, आपल्याला फक्त एक सजेशन म्हणजे कसं शेतकऱ्यांना जॉईन होता येईल.
आता आपण शरद दावचतनी काहीतरी त्यातून मार्ग काढावा.
बिलकुल सर, आपण ज्या पद्धतीने झूम मध्ये शेतकऱ्यांना तयार केलं त्या पद्धतीने सर गरजू शेतकऱ्यांना आपण ऍप डाउनलोड करून देऊ, प्रत्यक्ष इंटरेस्टेड लोकांना. म्हणजे आता काय झालंय सर की काही लोकांचे कार्यक्रम झूम वरती आहे, मॅक्झिमम आमचे कार्यक्रम झूम वर चालू आहे, यांचे वेबएक्स वर चालू आहे. त्यामुळे याच्यामध्ये काही लोक तयार झालेले आहेत. ऍप वरती रजिस्ट्रेशन करताना काही जणांना कळत नाही कळत, आज सकाळी तसं दोघा तिघा जणांना आम्ही करून दिलं, डाउनलोड करून दिलं, कशा पद्धतीने सांगायचं ते सांगितलं.
सर
आणि
सर
हा बोला ना सर.
किती मेसेज आले माहितीये का?
हा.
64 मेसेज आले, 64.
बरोबर. सगळं त्यांचं तेच म्हणणं होतं की कारण झूमशी रिलेटेड झाले सर शेतकरी. आता ही
64.
आता सरांनी म्हटलं ते पण बरोबर आहे की त्यांचं जे चॅनलाइज आहे त्याला आपण प्रयत्न करू सर.
हो
चला,
सर.
आभार प्रदर्शन करा.
हो. धन्यवाद सर. महात्मा गांधी मिशन अंतर्गत कृषी विज्ञान केंद्र गांधीली तर्फे मी सर्वप्रथम जयश्री मॅडमचे आभार व्यक्त करतो की ज्यांनी आपल्याला अतिशय मोलाचं मार्गदर्शन केलं. त्यासोबतच ही संधी उपलब्ध करून देण्याकरिता कुलकर्णी सरांनी जो पुढाकार घेतला त्याबद्दल मी सर्वांच्या शेतकऱ्यांच्या वतीने आणि महात्मा गांधी मिशन कृषी विज्ञान परिवारातर्फे आभार व्यक्त करतो. त्यासोबतच आमच्या इन्स्टिट्यूटचे हेड सुकाशे सरांचे सुद्धा मी आजच्या कार्यक्रमामध्ये हजर राहिल्याबद्दल आभार व्यक्त करतो. आणि शेवटी कार्यक्रम अतिशय योग्य रीतीने स्मूथली पार पाडण्याकरिता किसान नेटच्या प्रीती मॅडमने जी मेहनत घेतली त्यामुळे त्यांचे सुद्धा मी आभार व्यक्त करतो. आणि अप्रत्यक्षरित्या सहभागी सर्व शेतकरी बांधवांचे सुद्धा आभार व्यक्त करतो. आणि आजचा कार्यक्रम संपला असं जाहीर करतो. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.